Hello everyone and welcome to my Law Runecrafting guide. So starting off with requirements, you're going to need 54 runecrafting to be able to craft law runes. And in this guide I'm going to show you guys two different ways that you can craft law runes, either through the balloon method or through the abyss. So no matter what, you're also going to need to complete two quests, Death Plateau and Troll Stronghold. Reason for this is because you have to have both of those quests completed in order to get a law talisman, because it comes as a reward and it is not tradable. So of course you need the talisman to get to the actual altar. You also need to complete the Enlightened Journey quest if you want to use the balloon method, and you want to have Lunar Diplomacy and level 67 magic for NPC contact. This is not required, but it's highly recommended unless you want to be going to the abyss every time that your pouches degrade, which would get kind of annoying. So from here the two methods divide past. There should be an annotation on screen right now if you want to skip to the method for crafting laws through the abyss, but I'm going to start with the balloon method since this is the more common method and it's probably the most popular because it's a pretty good way to go. So you do have to complete the Enlightened Journey quest, which isn't too difficult, and it's an absolute requirement because you need it to actually travel. And as far as your gear setup, you can't wear any armor or weapons because you won't be allowed on Entrana, and that's where the altar is. So you just want to make sure that you have your Law Tiara, a Ring of Dueling, and keep your weight at 0 or below. And you can wear Graceful, and any weight reduction gear is allowed on Entrana, so you can choose whatever you want to wear. As far as your inventory setup, it's just 4 pouches, essence, and you want to make sure that you have logs on you. So you should always have logs to take with you to be able to travel with the balloon. And as far as your bank setup, you want to have your pure essence, of course. You want to have stamina potions because they are the best to use for cost and efficiency. And you want to have your logs right here since you will be withdrawing one for each inventory. And you want to have your dual rings right here. Another thing that's recommended is you could move your cosmic, air runes, and astral runes right next to these so it'll be easy for withdrawing for NPC contact. That would definitely be good to do since if you're going to be doing this for a long time, since it will speed it up a bit. But this is really all you need to know, and the actual run is going to look like this. So you're just going to head up north from Castle Wars. You do need to make sure that you have a dual ring on at all times because you're going to be using it to teleport back to the bank. And you'll find this NPC right here, Assistant Merrill. He will basically teleport you. You'll fly on a balloon, and it will take you to Entrana. And what's nice about crafting laws using the balloon method is that once you get to Entrana, if you click very far north on your mini-map, it will bring you all the way around to the altar. So you can basically AFK for a good 20 plus seconds each run, which makes crafting law runes one of the most AFK methods if you're doing it with the balloon method. So it's really a nice way to go, and as you can see I'm not touching anything on my screen and I keep going. And once you get past this bridge you do want to click north since otherwise it'll bring you to the west, but it's an easy way to bring yourself all the way around without having to click nearly as much. Once you get to the altar, just craft your runes as normal. And pouch emptying, I like to have my pouches organized in these 4 spots because it makes it easy to empty without mouse keys, as you can see right there. I just left click, right click, and left click again, and you can easily empty your pouches without having to use mouse keys. And then you just want to teleport back to Castle Wars, and that's your basic run for the balloon method. So next up is the Abyss method, and as you can see in this clip, what I'm actually doing right now is buying bronze pickaxes from Ali Morrisane, who is located in Al-Kharid. And the reason I'm doing this is because some of you guys might not have considered the fact that you cannot take any weapons or armor onto Entrana. However, in order to use the Abyss, you have to bring a pickaxe or else it's inefficient because you always want to have a pickaxe on you to be able to get through the mining obstacles. So in order to craft law runes through the Abyss efficiently, you have to have pickaxes, but in order to get into Entrana, you can't have a pickaxe. So what you want to do when you're crafting law runes through the Abyss is have a surplus of pickaxes, and each time you get through the Abyss, simply just drop your pickaxe. And with bronze pickaxes, obviously they're cheapest pickaxe to get, and they're pretty easy to get from Ali Morrisane because he stocks 23 per world. And if you're using Orion Client, then you can quick hop pretty easily, which is what I'm doing right here. And if you do complete the mini quest that he has, I think the chat dialogue will be a bit shorter, but another thing you can always do is if you know a friend that's lower leveled, you can offer to pay them a bit of money to buy pickaxes for you, and that way you don't have to waste any experience and you can be benefiting a lower level player, which is always a nice thing to do, and it makes crafting law runes through the Abyss very worth it. And the reason that crafting laws through the Abyss is worth it in the first place is because it's a bit faster experience per hour, 2,000 to 3,000 experience per hour faster than crafting laws through the balloon method, which does make it worth it in the long run, but only if you're willing to spend the time to get the pickaxes. So of course for Abyss runs you're going to be banking at Edgeville, and this is what your setup is probably going to look like. You will have the bronze pickaxe in the inventory because you can't have it equipped because it won't really work out. So just keep it in your inventory, and then I would recommend wearing full Graceful because it's one of the only things you can take onto Entrana, and the full effect will reduce the drain rate of your run energy by 30% when you're standing still or walking, and it also reduces your weight by quite a bit so that you'll be below 0. So pretty much the best way you can go. If you do have a Saradomin Godbook, then you actually can take Godbooks onto Intrana. So if you have a Saradomin Godbook, that'll give a bit of defense bonuses. And one of the biggest drawbacks to crafting Law Runes through the Abyss is the fact that you will be taking a lot more damage. And if you have high combat level, 119 or higher, then you won't actually be attacked by anything but the walkers, which are not extremely high hitting, but you will still be taking a lot more damage, since with a setup like this, you have hardly any defensive bonuses at all, and the reason is because you simply can't take anything onto Intrana that gives defensive bonuses, really. So that's one of the problems, and you will definitely want to have food in your bank, and potatoes with cheese are a good option. Anything really that you feel like using, it's good to have food in your bank. And the setup is pretty much the same. You just want to make sure you have your pickaxes right near your essence, since you will be taking one out every run, similar to how you take out laws every run for crafting with the balloon method. So going through the Abyss is pretty simple. I'm sure most of you guys have gone through the Abyss before. When you're inside the Abyss, it doesn't matter whether you get a mining obstacle or not, but you have a chance of getting a mining obstacle or a agility obstacle as your closest obstacles. And once you get through the outer ring, you just want to drop your pickaxe, and then you can exit through the Law Rift, and you'll be all fine and set to go. And they are going to be a decent amount faster experience per hour, which is a nice plus to this method of runecrafting. And you just have to keep an eye on your hit points, because you can get hit pretty hard, and it just depends on the run, really. So you just have to keep that in mind. But crafting laws through the Abyss is definitely a good way to go, and it will get you a bit faster experience per hour at the cost of a little bit more hassle in getting the pickaxes and a little bit less AFK, and also taking a bit more damage. But overall, crafting laws through the Abyss is the best way to go as far as efficiency. And if you're really looking to maximize your profit and your experience per hour, then you're definitely going to want to do this. So that's about it for this video, guys. I'm going to link you guys back to my main runecrafting guide that has 1 through 99 and lots of different methods of runecrafting, and also at the end some advanced tips that are applicable to basically any method of runecrafting. So I encourage you guys to go check that out if you haven't already, if you're looking for more information about runecrafting. And that's going to be about it. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I would appreciate a like if this helped you out, and if not, then feel free to leave any comments or any suggestions you'd have for things that I should add in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Later, guys.